I'm Barbara Fox, and the piece I'm doing is called Fast Forward to 2040. When I was a little girl, my mother used to tell me stories about when she was growing up. And then when I was grown up, my children would have listened to my stories. I think children everywhere like to hear stories about their parents. So I've been kind of fast forwarding to 2040 and thinking about what parents would tell their children about life before 2020. Life changed so much in 2020 so quickly. The normal and everyday things we used to do that we took for granted, like hugging our friends and sitting next to strangers in movie theaters and going to buffet restaurants, seem almost unbelievable today. Would children in 2040 actually even believe that we used to do these kind of things? I've been imagining a conversation with my granddaughter, my 6-year-old granddaughter, Jenny, in the year 2040. We'd be sitting on the sofa, curled up on the sofa, the requisite 6 feet away from each other, and she would say, "Grammy, tell me about life when you were little." And I'd say, "Well, for one thing, when I was your age, I used to sit on my grandma's lap, and she used to hug me a lot." "What's a hug?" Jenny would say. "Well, it's like when two people put their arms around each other like this and kind of squeeze." "Doesn't it hurt?" Jenny would say. "No, honey," I said, "it felt wonderful. Stand up and I'll show you." Jenny got up and stood very still, and I put my arms around her and gave her a gentle little hug. "Oh, that does feel good," she said. "Why don't we do that all the time?" "Well," I said, "I suppose we could. We could ask your mommy, but only at home. Never, never outside, and never, ever hug anyone else." You know, I used to hug people all the time. When I went to my dance classes, we'd all hug each other. Sometimes we'd even kiss each other on the cheek. "Ew," Jenny said. "Why would you do that? And how did you get around the walls anyway?" "There were no walls, honey," I said. "None of those plastic dividers between us. We used to stand right next to each other, and sometimes we'd even shake hands." "Shake hands?" she said. "Yeah, when we met somebody for the first time, we would put out our hand, and they would put out their hand, and we'd kind of shake. It was a way of saying hello." "Oh, that sounds silly," Jenny said. "Did you at least wear gloves?" "No," I said, "no gloves. And I'll tell you something else. We didn't wear masks, not at all." Well, how did you cover your faces?" she said, "if you didn't wear a mask?" "We didn't," I said. "We didn't cover our faces at all." "Oh, well, the women used to put on makeup." "What's makeup?" It's like crayons, but for your face. We'd color our lips red and our eyelashes black, and then we'd put little soft colors on our eyelids. And "Oh," Jenny said, "that sounds like fun. I'm gonna go get my crayons and color my face." "No, honey, no," I said. "I told you we didn't use crayons. We used special things like mascara and lip gloss and blush. We looked so pretty. I'll show you pictures sometime." "Well, I like my masks better," Jenny would say. "They have flowers and butterflies on them. Tell me some more stuff you used to do." "Well," I said, "we used to go to restaurants." "Well, we go to restaurants." "I know, honey, but we used to go inside the restaurant with friends, and we'd sit at tables, 4 people or 6 or even 8 people at one table. And sometimes the restaurant would have a buffet." "What's a buffet?" It's when the restaurant puts all their food out on long counters or tables, and you could go up and take whatever you wanted and as much as you wanted. You could have 2 or even 3 desserts." "Oh, you're making that up," Jenny said. "You can't go get your own food. The serving people have to bring it to you in boxes." "No, it's true, honey. And we used to go to movies." "Well, we go to movies." "I know, but I mean, we used to go to the theater whenever we wanted to and sit wherever we wanted to. Sometimes we'd sit right down next to somebody we didn't even know." "How?" can't even sit next to you or my mommy or daddy at the movies. I have to sit in my own little cube, what do you call it? A cubicle, honey. We have to sit in our own little cubicles at the movies and at school and at theaters and on airplanes and on buses. It used to be really nice to sit next to other people. It was friendly and sociable. I'd be scared, Jenny said. Weren't you scared to sit next to somebody you didn't even know? No, honey, we weren't scared. Well, we weren't scared until the pandemic in 2020, but we're safe now. We wear masks, and we sit in cubicles, and we stay far away from each other. We're safe. We're perfectly